Alright guys, welcome back to part 42 of Dragon's Dogma. The not-so-expert walkthrough, I hate to say. But what I'm doing right now is something that I absolutely hate to do, and that is called retrospect. I cannot properly express my hatred for untimely interruptions while I'm doing my recordings and walkthroughs, but they happen, right? They happen when you don't live alone. So, what I was doing in this video, and I hate it already having to say that, what I did and this is what happens, and just no. I don't like retrospectives. I like live recordings. Retrospect is just painful and annoying, and I don't want to sit here and talk about what happened in a video I already recorded. Nobody wants to do that. So, in this entire video, what I basically did was I did my best to try and activate the Duchess in Distress quest for about 30 minutes, and it came to no avail. Now the problem here is, I know I'm well within the boundaries of activating the quest, but I can't tell if you have to do it before or after you accept the quest called Deny Salvation, which is the Great Wall quest. So, what I do is essentially I run around and visit the castle at different points in time, and I wait for the Duchess's maid, I forget her name. I wait for her to essentially pop up in the spot she's supposed to, and, get the dialogue from her so I can start the quest, Duchess in Distress. And of course, I know I'm always fighting these stupid bandits that are out here. I don't know what I get out of doing this, but, obviously kicking them in the face and stuff is totally worth it. And my parry didn't work here for some reason. See, I guess it's because of the leveling. They're in different grounding than me. They're a little higher up, but I got this dude. Yeah, tore him apart. That whole attack is awesome. And then right here I test out the Spider Bite. Now the thing about the Spider Bite is it does work on all small enemies, such as, well, human-sized enemies like dire wolves and bandits, stuff like that. It'll work just fine on all of them, even harpies. But it does not work on large enemies such as the Chimera, the Griffin, or, say, Cockatrice, as much as I hate that thing. But, yeah, the Spider Bite, it's really cool, because now, a lot of people get the attack confused, because it says, if you read the description of the Spider Bite attack, it says that it inflicts, a poison. But, what it does is it does not inflict status effect poison on enemies. That's what you cannot get confused. What it does is it inflicts a poison that just hits really hard. The attack itself has 3 hits, and the very last hit is the poison damage, which is not a status effect poison, it is an actual, just a venomous strike, I guess we'll call it. So that's what a lot of people were saying. I remember I had some comments in my last walkthrough of this game that wasn't very good compared to this one. And I was using the Spider Bite on the assassin, and they were saying, what's wrong? It doesn't inflict the poison status. And yeah, right there I was waving my little hand around on the map because I was saying I was going to show everybody where Blighted Manse is. And I don't do it until the very end of the video, unfortunately. I get sidetracked real easily, as you can see. But, you guys have known that since the beginning. What I'm doing right now is I was running back to go get more empty flasks, because one of my very loyal and precious subscribers, his name is Tim Lewis. He's been here with me since the beginning, and he's always given me awesome tips and pointers all the way through Dark Souls, and he's even doing it for Dragon's Dogma. And Mr. Lewis has advised that I buy some of those empty flasks and running over to the Healing Spring and setting a port crystal there so I can always stock up on the Healing Spring water and be able to get there whenever I want, so I can just stock up on plenty of flasks of those. And it's actually a really great idea. I'm very glad that he mentioned that, because it's something that you should all do, that I advise. Because, I mean, empty flasks are incredibly cheap, and you can fill up as many of them as you want. Like, literally as many as you can carry. You can fill them up with the spring water, And that's what we're going to do, because the spring water, the healing spring is on the way to Blighted Manse, so we're going to head there first and put the port crystal up. And even though I got all the way out there to the healing spring, when I was going to show everybody where Blighted Manse was, I ended up wanting to take a trip back with the Fairy Stone to see if she was standing in front of the, castle gate like she's supposed to be. But, like I said, I was going to let you guys know ahead of time that I could not get her to spawn for the dialogue through this whole 30 minutes. So if you guys are okay with listening to me do boring retrospect for 30 minutes and fighting a few enemies, by all means keep watching. But, I don't know. I'm probably just going to think of other different things of interest to talk about during this retrospect instead of the actual game, since I hate doing retrospect. So, one thing I was going to point out was Dark Souls 2. Yeah, how about that? Let's talk about Dark Souls 2 for a bit. I've been watching some of the beta footage, because during all 4 network tests, some kind of technical difficulty or some kind of, I don't know, life bullshit always came up where I was unable to join the beta. It happened 4 times in a row, and I'm really depressed about that, but I hope there's a 5th test. I'm really hoping there is. I'm seriously going to keep an absolutely deadly watch on it, and we're going to see what happens, because there is a fire burning inside of me that says you will get to play Dark Souls 2 before it hits shelves, because it comes out this March. That's not that far away, but at the same time, if you're as hyped as me about it, it's an eternity. So, we'll see. I mean, I think I strafed off over here to go get this loot that's, like, sitting on the bank. No, maybe not this time, but I know I do end up doing it. But yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, you have to make a sharp, once you get to this path, you just have to make like a sharp left and run straight out into the center to go find the healing spring. It's a really good place to be, and we do have that port crystal with us, which is good. So yeah, thank you again, Tim Lewis, for that advice. It's very well-heeded advice, and I recommend that you guys all do that, because it is a grand idea. So yeah, back to Dark Souls 2, though. I really am hyped about that. I have it pre-ordered for PlayStation 3, because I know that the PlayStation 4 was confirmed to have Twitch on it, with the, via the share button, but I don't know if the component or anything like that, the component setup, will be applicable to my Hauppauge, my HD PVR recording device. I'm not sure if the PlayStation 4 is going to be compatible with that, so we're going to see. So yeah, I ordered it for PlayStation 3, since I know that I'll, guarantee be able to give you guys footage of that for my PlayStation 3. But before I buy a PlayStation, I do have PlayStation 4, but don't have Dark Souls 2 for it, obviously. I got it for PlayStation 3, and I cannot wait to pre-order the Collector's Edition. Comes with the art concept book, it comes with the cloth map of the world, it comes with the Black Armor edition of the game. Oh man, it's gonna be awesome. And it even comes with like a foot-tall knight figurine. That's so awesome. Okay, got the flasks. And right now, I felt like such an idiot when I got to this part, because I kept going to my menu and trying to use the flask from the menu, but I mean, as you can see, I mean, just look, it's like the circle button. It flashes with the take icon. Okay, it's right there. Take. And I'm still too stupid to see that, and I keep trying to use it and stand in the right spot. I felt like a complete tool while I was doing that. I even threw a ceramic jug at the rock because I was frustrated. Bam. But, so just ignore that part. But I think I figured it out, like, right here. I don't know. Oh no, I felt really, really stupid once I figured it out. Because I was like, Yeah, right here.
The animals of the
It's
field
like,
have
oh
become
hey, I
exhausted.
can just hit circle. What do you know? Spring water. Awesome. The cool thing that I want to point out about spring water is, although I don't get it very often in many of my playthroughs, I certainly didn't think of Tim's idea to put the port crystal here to keep stocking up on it. That's an awesome idea, but the cool thing about the spring water is not only is it very light and is very convenient, but it is free, as you can see. All you gotta do is pay for the flask. But the spring water is group effective. When you use the spring water, it heals everybody. So, you know, if you and all of your pawns are in a pinch getting destroyed by something, spring water, baby. It heals about as much as a potent green warish, and it's very light. So it's totally worth it to carry a ton of those. I mean, don't, not just you either, give it to your pawns too, and fill their pockets with it. So, yes, thank you again, Tim, that was a great idea. Awesome insight for the spring water. It was very, very much win right there. Lots of win. But, yeah, like I said, Dark Souls 2, Collector's Edition. If you guys are, you know, Souls freaks like me, and Epic Name Bro, and a German Spy, and all those awesome people, we're all probably going to get the Collector's Edition of the game. And I highly recommend that you do too, because the Collector's Edition is going to have all the good shit that you want. But, yeah, Black Armor Edition of the game, 12-inch Knight figurine, cloth map of the game world, and the art concept book. And it comes with, I don't think I mentioned that, but it comes with the official soundtrack of the game.
It blinds us to what lies
That
beyond.
is a win right there, because I don't believe the Collector's Edition of Dark Souls came with that, unfortunately. Because, I mean, you guys, everybody knows about that insane, awesome trailer music for the Dark Souls. Oh, yeah. And I'm not talking about, like, the folk rock song. I'm talking about the original Dark Souls trailer music that was, I can't think of the guy's name. I've got the song on my computer. I've got it on every single one of my computers, and I even used it in one of my videos. I mean, for all you guys that have been subscribed to me for a while, you guys remember the video I did, the expert walkthrough for Dark Souls, where I defeated Smogon Ornstein, where I said I left 60,000 souls in there and made a big deal out of it with the dramatic music. That was that theme, and it is awesome. Highly recommend you guys find that somewhere and download it. It's very, very intense music. It'll get your blood pumping. But, again, this is my second trip up to this place where I tried getting her to spawn and just could not do it. I don't know. Maybe me having to do retrospect for this video was a sign that I should talk about other stuff and get some other stuff out of the way instead of just deliberately talking about this disgusting excuse for trying to activate a quest. But like I said, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if you have to have the Great Wall quest activated or not. I mean, I hope not, and I hate this little midget. You guys know of my hatred for him. But, yeah, I mean, I didn't want to test it out because aside from this quest, Duchess in Distress, there are a couple other things that I want to get done as well before I accept the Great Wall quest from Aldous, because he explains it to you himself when you bring up his dialogue that, he explains it to him himself when you bring up his dialogue that you have to complete everything you're in the middle of, or it all automatically fails, pretty much. And that was her maid that I just ran past, by the way. I notice all these little things that make me feel more like an idiot when I do retrospect. That's another reason I don't like doing them. She normally sits in this chair right there, but there's the Duchess right here. And her maid is supposed to sit right in that chair. Do I talk to her? No? Okay. I do know that I talked to her once. She says something about she's afraid of the dragon and her husband, but she doesn't know which one she's more afraid of. That's her dialogue in a nutshell when you talk to the Duchess. But her maid, I know she's the one that you need to speak to in order to bring the quest up. But, yeah, like I said, for the entirety of this 30 minutes or so, give or take a couple minutes, I could not get her to show up in front of these damn stairs like she's supposed to. It's frustrating. And there's these chests always spawn in here. I don't feel like getting what's inside of them because it's always like an Angel's Fury app or something like that. But yeah, this quest. I kept telling myself that I wasn't sure if it was a bug or if I just missed my window or not, because I know that the window for this quest is fairly slim, and you have to have done Arousing Suspicions. You guys watched me do that already in this playthrough. I mean, you can even check in the playlist for this walkthrough that we did Arousing Suspicions. We did that lump of horse shit, that's what I'm gonna call it. We already did that quest.
Salutations, sir. I am filled with fear, dear warrior. Fear of the dragon, fear of my husband. In truth, I know not which frightens me more.
Yeah, like I said, her dialogue isn't very important right there, but that is the only requirement for doing this quest, is you have to have completed Arousing Suspicions, and you have to have not completed Denying Salvation, which is the only possible quest we've got ahead of us aside from this one. And I was checking these menus to see if it shows how many hours you have on your playthrough so far, and I couldn't find it, but yeah. I don't know why I wanted to see how many hours I had, but for one, you have to have completed Arousing Suspicions, and you have to have not completed Deny Salvation yet. And we are within those boundaries. We did Arousing Suspicions. I've got the video uploaded, and we obviously haven't done Deny Salvation because Aldous is right there waiting to give it to us. So like I said, I'm caught between options. I'm not sure if I have to start that quest and then not do it yet, or I mean, because the only thing pushing me away from that option is because last time I checked, if you accept, there she is right here.
For all your busy travels, you always come around to speak to me. 'Tis very sweet, really. I only jest, sir. I know you are come to speak with Milady Eleanor.
See? She just wants to sit here and make stupid jokes with me. She's supposed to be standing out there in front of those steps like a good girl to give me that quest. But no, obviously that's not going to happen. It doesn't want to happen for me. So I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know if I did something wrong. But yeah, last time I checked, if you accept the quest Deny Salvation from Aldous, every single one of your current quests that you're in the middle of fail on the spot. That's how it works in my experience, and I dare say my experience is rather elite in this game because I've had it since the day it came out. I was probably the first person in my state to own the game, to be honest, because, I mean, well, I told a lot of people about this game before it came out, and I was asking if anybody knew what it was, and the answers that I got were kind of disappointing. I'm pretty sure I was the only person within a 20-mile radius of myself who was actually hyped for this game before it came out. Which, you know, I'm not disgraced by that at all. This is a wonderful game. It's awesome. It is very worth getting hyped about before it came out. I mean, if you saw the gameplay trailers and you played the demo, you would know what I'm talking about. You wanted more. I promise. But like I said, she's supposed to spawn in front of these stairs, and she's supposed to be like, you know, you must go rescue my lady from the blighted manse. All that, you know, insert French accent here. But, yeah, like I said, I can't get it to happen. And it's kind of frustrating. And while I was doing this video, it was kind of frustrating not being able to get her to show up because I was fighting a war within myself of whether or not to just talk to Aldous and activate the Great Wall quest to see if she'll pop up then. But I was scared to because I feel like it would forfeit my chances of it. Because that quest, it destroys your progress in every other current quest. I mean, but as you guys can see, in the last 4 videos I did, we did a good trip around Granzis with this assassin class, which was worth it. I mean, we wanted to get this class leveled up, that was my goal, but we took a pretty good trip around Granzis to the notice boards, and we didn't find very many worthwhile quests. So it doesn't give you a whole lot of options once you get up to this point in the game. It's basically telling you that you're about to take a big step forward, and that there's nothing left here for you to do. I was just seeing how much stamina the spider bite takes right there, because even though it is a very, very effective skill, it does take a hefty chunk of your stamina away. I mean, for a 3-hit combo, it's pretty effective. It does plenty of damage. I even tested it out on this Chimera that we fight up here to see if you can inflict the 3-hit combo on large enemies like the Cyclops or a Griffin or a Chimera, and you cannot. What was I gonna do? One thing that I really, really wanted to do before I actually do the Great Wall quest is I wanted to go back to the Devilfire Grove and destroy that Drake. We need to take revenge on him. I'm probably gonna do it with the Ranger. But, let me think. This is the part where I ended up running out to that bank and killing these Saurians to go get the couple of chests out there. It wasn't worth it. I mean, there is a chest all the way out on the corner of the bank where you would never think to look that typically has a piece of scale armor, which is Hydra armor. But, I didn't get it. I ended up getting a shitty magic archer weapon. And these Saurians are weak. They're just like, I mean, just about every enemy in this game scales with your level and difficulty. But, I mean, these guys are still weak. As you can see, my bow is not buffed or anything. And they're dying to just standard arrows. Even though they're completely resistant to physical damage. Let's see, there's one chest right here. This one just had money in it. That was kind of dumb. I ended up testing out Spider Bite on these guys. I love Heaven's Key. It's such a great weapon. I mean, look at that. I'll kick the shit out of you. Yeah, that's good damage right there. Even though the Saurians are completely resistant to poison. I wanted these things to attack me so I could parry them, but it never ended up happening. But, I ended up kicking this one's tail right off. Look at that. I don't even know how that works. I kicked his tail off. I severed his body with a very brutal attack with my feet. And that right there should have been a successful parry, but it wasn't. And like I said, these Saurians are just base Saurians. They're not that hard. We're obviously very over-leveled for them. They're pushovers, completely. But like I said, there is one chest straight out here where you wouldn't think to look, on top of these rocks. It is not a fancy chest, but it is a rounded chest, so you know it has something good. Nope. We got the, I can't read the text. It's too small on the screen I'm watching, but I think it's called either the Magician Crutch or the Magian Crutch or something like that. It is a very shitty magic archer weapon that is not very good. It's like, it's the weapon that you have to settle for until you get an actually good one. If you RPG fans know what that means. But, I mean, it's whatever. I'm gonna be selling a lot of stuff before we actually fight the dragon. So, yeah. I do know that in the video after this, which, I mean, I have to go to bed after I record this retrospect. It's like 4:30 in the morning. I have to be at work and functional on my feet in like 5.5 hours. So I was going to do retrospect for this video, process it, and get it uploaded while I sleep. And, you know, whatever. But, yeah, in the video after this, I do know that I'm just, you know, since I can't get her to show up for the Duchess in Distress quest, I'm just going to activate the Great Wall quest with Aldous, and we're going to see if it pops up then. If it doesn't, oh well, we're going to do the Great Wall, finally, after all of this, after all of this crazy, procrastination to do it. And yeah, we are fighting snow harpies with ice. That's how we roll. I already said it in the last video, Granzus represent. But, yeah. hate retrospects. I'm trying to make it seem as least boring as possible doing this retrospect. Because, I mean, I don't know how boring my live commentary is, to be honest, but I do know that retrospect is 1,000 times more boring, typically, and I'm trying to prevent it from being as such. One thing I do know about these snow harpies is that having to go farm them for the materials that they drop is so much more of a pain in the ass than actually picking them up as you see them. That's what I would rather do. Because, I mean, I would much rather the harpies drop their loot, which is the elongated claws, glacial retrix, and then the glacial pinions. I'd much rather them drop them as I fight them along the way to whatever it is I'm pursuing, than to actually go search for snow harpies and farm them for those materials. Because it's kind of painful. As you can see, out here you always know there's going to be a bunch. And there's a Chimera out there. I decided to go fight that thing for some extra experience on the side for my vocation. I think we are 1 rank away from unlocking the assassin skill that allows you to run really fast. I think. We're going to find out. I didn't rank up in this video, but we might rank up in the next video. Which is what I'm hoping for. Yeah, at this point in the game, we're doing a pretty decent amount of damage. I mean, even though it's hard mode, and everything can still one-shot me without even trying, we're at least handling ourselves better against most of the enemies we run into. We are becoming more formidable, which is the idea. And you guys know Chimera tactics by now. You get rid of the snake, then you get rid of the goat, and then you get rid of the lion. And the harpies are a problem with the Chimera because obviously they can put you to sleep. You don't want that. Not one bit. Because if you go to sleep during the Chimera fight, the Chimera is going to eat you, and that's really bad. And he's down. Alright, that's what I like to see. And get his freakish loot. I think the snakeskin one is over here. Because that's what it'll give you. When you get the snake, he always drops loot. There's a 100% chance for it. But it's like a 50-50 between freakish scale and snakeskin. So it's whatever. I was trying to catch one of these wolves so I could use the spider bite on it to see how effective it is. But as you can see, they refuse to sit still. There we go. Yeah, that... let go. Let go. That snakeskin... Or that's... Why do I keep saying snakeskin? Spider bite. That spider bite ability is awesome. And look. Look at that. Group heals. Yeah. That's why spring water is so awesome. This stuff comes in... The only time in any playthrough that I ever get the spring water, like make it an actual point to run out there and go get it, is in post-game. Because group heal items in post-game are going to be your best friend. I probably already said this in a previous video, but if you guys think me dying is crazy right now, wait till we get to post-game. It is going to be nightmarish. And Blighted Manse is right up here where the road forks. The other thing about the Blighted Manse is that there is a Chimera spawn point right at the back door of the Blighted Manse. So it's a good thing you don't have to escort Eleanor all the way back to Grand Sorn. That would be... Ugh, no. No spank you. Because the Chimera, having to protect her from that thing would be painful. And it is getting kind of late in this video. I probably should have used the Fairy Stone right now if I knew it was good for me to see if I could catch her at that magic hour. I just ignore the bandits and the dire wolves so I can run up to the Blighted Manse and show you guys where that is. And I do know there's a crap ton of dire wolves out here at every hour of the day. That's kind of unfortunate because in vast numbers, the dire wolves are a problem. I feel like... see? They're biting me and crap. I feel like they get ballsier in numbers. Okay. See, and I didn't even care that I was getting destroyed right here because at this point in the video is when my ridiculous interruption happened that is to blame. See, look, I wasn't even thinking straight because I got interrupted. I ended up wasting a salubrious brew. I'm gonna need those. But, yeah, this is the point of the video when I got interrupted. And I had to stop awkwardly.
Oi, there's not here what concerns you. Go on, get moving.
Alright, so as you can see, if you try to approach the Blighted Manse, with the soldiers here, they will not let you in, under any circumstances. Not even if you attack them. So, the only way to get into the Blighted Manse is to start the quest, Duchess in Distress, which I cannot start. No matter how hard I tried in this video. So, that is, you know, the point of this retrospect, was I get interrupted. Now I have to do this commentary over, but it's almost over. So I hope it wasn't too boring for you guys to have to hear me talk about something that already happened. But, yeah. Duchess in Distress. That is the quest that I want to cover before we reach our final confrontation against the dragon, which will happen after the Great Wall quest. And, the reason I wanted to do that is because I figured, I mean, if this is an expert walkthrough, I need to try and show you every inch of the game that I can, and I know that that was definitely worth showing. The Duchess in Distress quest. And the beautiful thing about this quest is not only does it establish a really good love interest, the Duchess, she makes a really good love interest, but, see, and she's still not in front of these damn steps. It's annoying. But, the cool thing about that quest is it gives you access to an area of the game that is otherwise inaccessible unless you're doing that quest. So that's why I wanted to show you guys this quest, because, I mean, it's an expert walkthrough, and you should know how to get inside the Blighted Manse if you want to go inside. And I was going to show you. But I can't seem to get it to work. So, hopefully, I'll be able to get it to work in the next video when I start the Great Wall quest, because honestly, I don't really know what else to do about it. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut it here, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching and always supporting the channel and all that. All of your comments, likes, subscriptions, all that, it's great stuff. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.